Hey Gemini, what's up gang? Hope everybody is well. We're going to go ahead and look into the next 3 blessings that are coming your way this spring. So if that's something that interests you, stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That's going to have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? So I want to make this a quickie but goodie, so let's go ahead and get into it. We have the golden heart that came out, Gemini, and it feels like goodness, right? But there's also something with your heart health or your health in general. Like somebody could be getting really good blood work results back, or maybe you've been trying to improve something and you're going to see that improvement here. There's definitely this energy of something going well health-wise, okay? So I don't know, take that as it resonates. Some of you guys could be meeting somebody because this is one of my soulmate cards. So you could be meeting somebody who has a heart of gold. I've been looking for a heart of gold. That song is coming through. Maybe some of you guys have been looking for somebody who's just like you, right? Or somebody who resonates in your frequency. That could be something that's happening. This could also be signifying just soul fam. You know, like your vibe attracting your tribe here. Maybe you're vibrating very high and so you're attracting like-minded energy here. I'm just overall getting an energy of feeling good, okay? Feeling good, being honored, being blessed here, all right? So let's go ahead and just get into this. I'm going to do the 3 piles and I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to edit this so it's fast forwarded and I will be right back with your 3 blessings, okay? So Gemini, let's go ahead and take a look at your first blessing that's coming in this spring, all right? We have the flag. It says, do not be tempted to lower your standards, peer pressure, giving it 100 and doing only what feels right. All right. We have the blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. All right. We have game over. We have bring love into the situation, the new moon in Aquarius, and then we have nourish the shadow card number 33. Gemini, I feel like you're on the way to mastering something here. Your first blessing feels very much like you're not accepting breadcrumbs, possibly from people, situations, maybe even yourself, okay? It does feel like you've been trying to work on something or trying to make something work for a while, and you've been giving it 100, but it feels like you haven't been living up to your full potential for whatever reason, okay? And it's interesting because we have nourish the shadow, which shows, you know, water being poured. And then we have bring love into the situation, which of course is the water bearer, excuse me, with a new moon in Aquarius. And she is also pouring water from a jug, like container. Okay. So you could have been pouring a lot into something, okay? And you just weren't seeing the results for whatever reason, or you weren't living up to your full potential, or just something wasn't to your standard. Your first blessing is, I feel like you're going to pull the plug on something. I feel like you're going to be done trying to make something be what it's obviously not, right? There could have been a lot of red flags in regards to this situation. And maybe you just, you know, kept trying to see the potential in something, kept trying to make something work, right? Almost like, I don't know, there's something here where it's almost like you're just taking scraps instead of actually really getting what you deserve. And I feel like that's just pretty much the sum of the first blessing here, is that you're not going to be lowering your standards anymore and you're going to be going after your happiness, okay? The new moon in Aquarius is also making me feel like you're going to be standing in your authenticity here. And when you do that, it's almost like you're healing some part of your shadow, okay? So there could be something where it's like maybe you have imposter syndrome, maybe you have a lack mentality, maybe you just don't feel like something or like you're good enough for something. But there is something here where it's like you're healing this part of yourself that tells you that you're not good enough. Can we get some more about this? What is this? Do not be tempted to lower your standards for the first blessing in spring, please. Oh, that's going to be too much for me, but the strength card coming out, yeah, it's like maybe you need to be strong and push forward. We have the high priestess. So you intuitively know what's right for you, okay? And you could have been going against your intuition a little bit, again, trying to maybe fit a square peg in a round hole or something. That's the kind of vibe that it's giving. I feel like you put so much energy into something that you really don't have the energy anymore to give to whatever this situation is, Gemini, okay? That's the vibe that's coming through. Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of anxiety or stress, like because of how how much effort you've put in. But with this cardinal at the window, okay, cardinals can be very significant for somebody. This cardinal at the window looking out at the sunrise, I almost feel like Spirit's trying to tell you, like, there's a brighter day ahead for you. There's new beginnings that are on the horizon. There's something that's really going to bring you passion and bring you the results that you seek. And so don't allow yourself to get stuck, right? And this doesn't necessarily mean that we have to walk away from what we're doing. It just could mean like giving something a different side of yourself, or really being authentic with whatever you're doing, really throwing yourself into it, right? 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, there is room for growth here. And I do feel like you're going to see some growth. You might be tapping into some potential that you didn't even realize that you had, right? You could be making some daring moves here, or branching out, stepping out, doing something different. Stepping out of the box here is coming through for sure, okay? That's the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, 6 of Cups. Some of you guys could feel nostalgic about whatever this is. This could definitely be talking about a relationship for some of you. Maybe you've just been accepting less than what you deserve for a long time from somebody, or maybe even from yourself, okay? Like not allowing yourself to get into good situations, good relationships, because you have this fear mindset that everything falls apart, or you don't want to risk it, or you know, you don't think you're good enough. Whatever it is, it's like Spirit's saying with the 7 of Swords, you've been lying to yourself, you've been fooling yourself here, or somebody's been doing that to you and you already know, okay? That's the kind of vibe that's coming through. But again, with the 6 of Cups, there's that nostalgia energy, right? And so sometimes nostalgia, it's like rose-colored glasses. It makes us hang on to things that aren't actually good for us. Yes, building sandcastle dreams when all it's going to take is one big wave to come in and knock all this over, okay? So I feel like there's something where it's like you've been willfully ignorant. No offense, Gemini, right? This is just the message, okay? I'm just the messenger. But it feels like there's something here where it's like there's been some willful ignorance over something, and you know you deserve better, you could do better, you are better, you're worthy of better, like you know deep down inside. And I feel like with this Nurse to Shadow, again, you're mastering something here with number 33. You're mastering something in regards to your shadow energy. Something that tells you like you're not good enough, or you got to accept less, or something like that. Yeah, there's a call to action, Scorpio energy coming through, okay? Also, High Priestess is Pisces and Virgo, if I didn't say it. And anytime I see Scorpio energy, I think of beneath the surface, right? I think of the subconscious. I think of the things that are kind of hidden, that we don't really look at every day, but yet we still operate out of, okay? So there are old mindsets, or old programming, or old relationships, old situations, old whatevers that we're still programming out of. I feel like you're feeling the call here in spring for something new, something different. It's like you're being called on to your mission or your purpose with the Judgment energy, okay? And maybe you are being called to bring love into the situation with the new moon in Aquarius. Maybe you are being asked to bring some kind of authenticity into the situation, your own authenticity, right? Because we see her walking to the beat of her own like song. You know, she's playing her own song here. That could be what this is. And it's like there's this energy of like, stop holding yourself back out of fear, or maybe, again, you don't want to take big risks because you're afraid of how it will turn out. And some of you guys could have that poverty mindset, or that lack mindset of where it's like, well, if I lose all this, then what am I going to do? You know, but money is a frequency, and money flows. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out. It's just like the tide, right? And so if we hold on too tightly, again, we stop the energetic flow. So there's something where, whether it's money, love, whatever, your energy, right? Your authenticity, your gifts, your talents, your skills, whatever it is, it's like Spirit's asking you to love yourself enough to let yourself shine, to love yourself enough to step out of the box, to stop playing it short, playing it small, to expect more for yourself from others and from yourself, right? There's definitely that energy coming through here. Just let yourself be who you are, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get to the second blessing here. Second blessing in spring. We have the bouquet. Compliments from an admirer, sweet talk, affection, love notes, texts, and a secret admirer. Okay, let's move some of this over since we're kind of done with this pile anyway. Okay, we have perception. Like, how did I put all this? I don't even know. We have be bold and make the first move. Okay, Gemini. We have human life, which says ascend to the highest vibration, harmonize your energy, brace your true being. I don't know what brace is, but okay. It feels like alignment. That's what I'm getting with that energy. Alignment. By the way, perception is card number 21 if I didn't say it. Chickadee. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. Yeah, the second blessing is like we are on the move here, okay? First of all, some of you guys are going to be recognized for something. This could be romantically, but it doesn't have to be. I'm actually getting a couple different stories. So for some of you, yes, somebody has noticed you. They might be somebody who admires you, right? From a distance, for sure. You might not even notice with this perception energy. Your head could be so far buried into things that you're doing, Gemini, that you're not even paying attention to the fact that somebody around you really does admire you. They think that you're amazing. And this person feels like you harmonize them or something, or you bring enlightenment or alignment to their life. Okay. There's something here where they feel very connected spiritually to you, or they feel like they resonate deeply with you. So take that as it resonates for you. Be bold and make the first move. This person could be wanting to approach you, Gemini, or you could be getting up the nerve to approach somebody and actually say what you want to say or do what you want to do, right? It just depends on where you're at in this situation. But either way, it's like whoever the one is that needs to be bold and make the first move, they need to let go of the past and they need to allow themselves to be in alignment of where they're going now, right? Because there could be hurts or letdowns or things from the past that are causing people to not trust where they're going, right? Not trust the good things that are coming into their life because they don't want to be put into the same situations that they were before, okay? So that's part of that perception energy, because we can only see what we focus on, right? And so if we're focused on the things that have gone wrong, if we're focused on the past and how it hasn't worked out for us, well, then that's all we're going to see for ourselves, right? So there's something here with that for sure. Now, if this is not talking about love, it's kind of the same energy, guys. It's really giving the vibe here of being recognized for your skills, for your talents, for all of the work and energy that you put into something, right? And again, there could be a perception here where maybe you're just not seeing it. You're not seeing how well you're doing at something. Okay. But Spirit is saying that we need to release that. We need to release old patterns, old energies. And we see that over here anyways, because there's something deep inside, Gemini, that tells you that you're not good enough, or that it's not going to work, or everything's going to turn to shit, or everybody's going to turn out like everybody else has turned out, right? So I'm not even going to try. I'm closing my heart down, throwing the key away. It's done, right? There's something here where it's like, we got to let go of that because we're moving forward. All right. Be bold and make the first move is really giving the vibe of 8 of Wands for me. It's making me feel like communication could be coming in. Energy could be coming in here. Okay. Can I get some more energy for this, especially this bouquet? Some of y'all could be given some flowers here, or again, just recognition or affection or compliments. Somebody can be telling you like you're doing a good job, or you're amazing, or you're very attractive here. We have the King of Pentacles, okay? For some of you, this could definitely be somebody who wants to take something more seriously with you, okay? This feels like this is going to come in out of nowhere with the Wheel of Fortune. If this is not talking about love, though, this is somebody who really sees you at the top of your game. Somebody who really admires what you do. So this could be a boss. This could be coworkers. This could be your community, clients. Take it as it resonates. Whatever you do, Gemini, okay? Whatever you put your time and energy into, it's like there's people around you who are really recognizing that, and they're putting you up on this pedestal here of this King of Pentacles. But this could be bringing some, look, I was just about to say this could be bringing some finances. Ew, we got a couple out here. For some of you guys, I'm telling you, somebody is really interested in you, okay? They feel like this is a spiritual connection, but it's something that could be grounded into the reality. Like, yes, this is spiritual. Yes, there's a little bit of woo-woo, okay? Maybe the circumstances are like very serendipitous, or there's a lot of signs and synchronicities. Like there's something deeply spiritual about this connection, but at the same time, it's like we can ground this into reality and we can make this happen. Okay. So I don't know. It just kind of feels like somebody around you wants to partner up with you. They want to work with you. This person's they're working up the nerve is almost what it feels like. This person might be used to other people approaching them, like low key, no offense to whoever this person is, or if this is you or if this is somebody else. But this could be somebody who's kind of used to somebody else coming and doing the work, somebody else approaching them, you know, somebody else kind of putting in all of that effort, and they have to do that with you. Because I do feel like for the majority of my collective, obviously not everybody, but the majority of my collective, we are used to being in that divine feminine energy, that receptive energy, male or female. So, you know, we attract, we don't chase. And so there's something here where, not that this person's chasing you. Maybe we should change that saying to we attract, we don't pursue, because it makes it sound like if you put any effort in, suddenly like you're a pathetic chaser, and that's not That's not the vibe here at all. Like, you should go after the things that you want. That doesn't make you needy or clingy or any of that stuff, right? What makes you needy and clingy is when somebody is obviously not interested and you're still trying, okay? When you're still messaging, calling, showing up, and they're obviously not interested, that makes you needy and clingy, okay? We've all been there. But anyways, I feel like there's something here where it's like this person wants to approach you, or this person wants to offer something, whether this is work, love, whatever. Because we're looking at pentacles, but we can't deny the fact that we have a couple with the bouquet here. We already had the golden heart. I was feeling there was some love here somewhere. So take it as it resonates, guys, okay? This could also just be you being in your power here, you know, being in alignment, right? Because we do see that. Harmonizing your energy, okay? So taking both the masculine and feminine aspects of your energy and harmonizing them together. That's the kind of vibe coming through as well. And you're being recognized, or you're being noticed because of that. What is this perception card here, though, for? Okay, because there's something where it's like you're not seeing it. Maybe there's a need to kind of see beyond the box, right? Because the Two of Wands for me is my expansion card. Okay, and so there could be a need to kind of see, like, there's more. I'm hearing that song, there must be more than this provincial life. All right, so there's more for you out there, which really goes with this message of not lowering your standards. So far, it's like collectively, the blessing is like you're expecting more for yourself, and so you're getting more for yourself. You're doing more for yourself, Gemini. You're attracting more for yourself. But that's the perception, is that you can't expand. You can't make a move. You can't take action here. Okay? And there is a choice needed in regards to taking an action. Twos, of course, representing choice. Wands representing actions. Choice, action, a choice of action. That's the Two of Wands. And I feel like there's something here where it's like we need to see that something is possible before we actually do it, which I lecture y'all 24/7 about this anyways. Your mind is very powerful, Gemini. If you don't believe that you can achieve something, you're not going to try. And so there's something here where it's like your perception, or whoever this person is, if this person is approaching you, somebody's perception needs to change where they can believe that things are possible for them. They can believe that this can work out for them. Once they do, that's when they're going to be bold and they're going to make the first move, or that's when you're going to go ahead and jump into your energy here. Yeah, we have the Three of Pentacles. This could definitely be somebody who wants to collab with you, wants to work on a team with you, wants to build something with you, financially or otherwise. Okay, this could be, again, a lot of people recognizing your work and giving you your props here because of how much it feels like you've improved or you've gotten better at something, Gemini. Like over time, you've gotten better. Okay, that's that mastery energy that we were picking up on. And I feel like it starts from within for you, Temperance, Sagittarius energy coming through. I feel like there's something here where it's like you've tempered something or you balanced something within yourself. That's that harmony. And this is really alchemizing. Yes, sail away, right? You've let some things go. Like you're not focused on the past, or you're not focused on the down things that happen, right? The bad things that happen. And yes, life has hit you with a couple curveballs, but I feel like you take it in stride, or you take it with grace, right? It's like, okay, well, if this tower is going to fall, I'm not going to sit here and try to, you know, gorilla glue it back together, right? We're just gonna let this shit fall and we're gonna build something up solid. That's the kind of vibe. I feel like I'm talking to people who realize that accidents are learning moments, right? Mistakes are learning moments. They're not necessarily failures. Okay, and you could have been in that mindset at one point where it's like, if you did anything wrong, oh my God, I'm a huge failure, I suck, I this, I that, right? But your mindset has gotten better here with the Six of Swords. We're moving on, we're letting stuff go. And because of that, we're building, we're harmonizing, we're coming into balance, and it's attracting energy towards us. Energy that, you know, sees our worth, sees our value here, and wants to build with us. Yeah, wants to give us what we put out, right? Because sixes are a number of balance and numerology. And the Six of Pentacles is, of course, talking about reciprocity. It's talking about you doing charitable things, or you giving of your energy and expecting it back. But we don't always get it back, especially when we're giving, because takers have no boundaries. That's why givers have to have boundaries. We have to have boundaries with ourselves, right? Especially when you know you're a giver, you know you give too much, you do the most, you step out on a limb, you see the potential in people or in situations, and it doesn't always come back to you. That's when you have to pull that firm boundary with yourself, Gemini. And I feel like that's something that you've been doing, okay? So sixes could be significant. You could also be seeing things in pairs. So I don't know, maybe, I was gonna say socks, but that feels like such a, like, I don't know, a cop-out of a message. But you could be seeing socks in pairs. Who knows, right? Maybe you're, like, in a house where the socks are never matching. And you're like, well, I'll be damned, right? There's a pair of socks here that actually match. For some of you guys, though, it could be like animals is more what I was getting, okay? Pairs of animals for whatever reason. Yeah, we have the 10 of Pentacles that just wanted to pop out. I feel so strongly that you've let something go, or you're taking things in stride that aren't for you. Like, you're not stopping these towers from falling. You're going off on your life path. Y'all know Page of Wands is my life path card. Okay, just for me as a reader, and I'm getting burpy, so you've been purging. Excuse me, you've been letting go. You're heading towards this legacy. Okay, you're heading towards this abundance here. That's what you're mastering. That's what you're bringing in. And that's why Spirit is saying that you need to change that perspective in your perception and allow yourself to believe that you can expand past whatever this current circumstance is, okay? Whew, okie dokie. Let's go ahead and get into your third and final blessing this spring. We have love coming out. Okay. It says love, fuck, or fuck love, love hurts. I was like, on some gangster shit when I made these cards, when I wrote these messages. So that's on me that there's so much negativity on this love card. That has nothing to do with the message. And then love struck. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. We have Claim Your Power card number 25. I love that card. Tiger energy coming through. Some of y'all could be Year of the Tiger, or Tiger is just one of your spirit animals here coming through. We have the Osprey. Your success is, yeah, that's how you pronounce that. Osprey. Okay. Your success is now at hand. Allow abundance to flow to you effortlessly. We like to see it. Oh, we have a win-win outcome as forecast. A full moon in Libra. Nice. Okay. And last but not least, we have the Tempest. All right, with the butterfly. Ooh, there's a transformation that's happening, and it is coming from a place of self-love. I feel like that's what this is like. Your collective spring blessing, Gemini, is like you are loving yourself more. You are really going out there on a limb for yourself. Whereas before, you might have put yourself on the back burner. You might have like sat down, right, when you should have stood up. Okay, you might have sat in the corner when you really should have been center stage. There's something here where it's like we're not doing that anymore. We are loving ourselves. We're giving ourselves the best. We're expecting more for ourselves. And because of that, everything is conspiring to work in your favor. Everything is like scrambling to get into alignment with you. That's the vibe that I'm getting. This Tempest, yes, there's storms, right? And we know that. Come on. As Geminis, we definitely know there's storms in life, okay? But you guys know all the time. What am I talking about? I feel like I'm all over the place with my speech, guys. I promise I'm not drunk. But you guys know I say all the time is what I meant to say. Storms are medicinal, okay? And I love that there's a butterfly here because it's like there is a transformation. And this lightning strike here is making me feel like this transformation happens quite quickly, okay? So we're claiming our power. We're doing the best for ourselves here. And because of that, we're winning at something. Something is balancing out, yes, with this Libra energy, but it's like the odds are tipping in our favor, okay? There's a win-win outcome. You are going to find something to be successful this spring. And it could be whatever this is that you've been working on. Your abundance is going to be flowing here with this transformation, okay? So I really like the butterfly story, right? Like the butterfly lore. I really like it because it's a story of endurance, pleasant surprises, and like what is possible when we have faith, when we follow the divine plan, when we go with the currents of life, right? Because if you didn't know anything about butterflies, caterpillars, none of that, you would think really like the caterpillar is done for, you know? It's not acting like itself. It's eating everything in sight, right? It's like a whole mess. It isolates itself and literally locks itself into like its own little prison. And then its insides start to just melt and dissolve and eat itself alive. And it's like, it's horrible. It's horrendous, really, you know? But then something beautiful comes from that. Something that you're really not expecting, again, if you don't know anything about that situation. And maybe even the caterpillar or whatever doesn't even realize that that's what's going to happen. Or maybe it's heard like these mystical rumors of like, oh, if I go into this cocoon, I'm going to get wings. And, you know, all the other caterpillars are like, you're crazy, Fred, right? And Fred's like, no, I'm going to do it, okay? And then this is what happens. Fred turns into the butterfly, you know, against all odds, because Fred decided to follow its intuition or follow its instincts and, you know, have faith, right? Go with the flow instead of fighting against it. There's something here with that. Okay, where what you thought was a disaster or a storm or a not great situation is actually transforming for you in spring. I feel like it's you, Gemini. You're transforming. You're claiming your power. You're expecting more for yourself. And so that's why you're winning. And that's why you're seeing this abundance. And you could have had a lot of people. I don't know why I'm getting it, but I'm getting the energy here of like, you could have had a lot of people that tried to bring you down, tried to tear your ass down, tried to make you not believe in yourself, you know, tried to say like slick shit. Okay. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting that would make you question. It's like putting like worms in your brain or something. And these worms start to dig away and create holes and tunnels. And it's like, so I don't know. People could have been, because for some reason I'm getting the vibe of like people saying things like low key that you wouldn't really think would affect somebody, but they know your insecurities. They know your weakness. They know like what bugs you or bothers you. And so they plant these little seeds of doubt, and then the seeds grow because you water them, right? Seeds can't grow if you don't water it, right? So if you don't pay something any mind, if you don't put any stock, if you don't inherently believe the things that are coming out of people's mouth, it's not going to grow. And I feel like that's where we're cycling back to expecting more for ourselves. You know, nourishing our shadow side and seeing like, oh, okay, well, I was actually watering these seeds and I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to expect more for myself. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to harmonize and balance with myself. And that's why we have all this abundance coming in. So we like to see it. Yeah, I feel like there was something here where it's like you, again, 5 of Cups. We know, okay? What is she focused on? She's focused on this. She's focused on what didn't work out. She's focused on what hasn't gone right. She's focused on these 3 measly cups that have knocked over. But look at everything she has. You know, it's all about your perspective. What you focus on is what you see. That's exactly what I said over here for the perception card. What you focus on is what you see. So she can't sit here and appreciate everything that she has for herself or everything that Spirit has available for her because she's too busy looking at what has gone wrong or whatever, what's making her sad. I feel like that's the transformation that's happening here because it's insidious and it's deceitful, right? And it's leading you astray, basically. So, yeah, I feel like we're not focusing on that anymore. You know, tough times happen. People lie. People manipulate you. You know, we lose jobs. We lose things. Illnesses happen. You know, lots of things happen in life. Life is suffering, as the Buddhists say, right? It's up to us what we focus on and what we make out of it because life isn't easy for anybody, even if it looks like it is. Trust me, it's not. Everybody has their struggles, okay? King of Swords here, coming down to a final conclusion, right? Owning your truth, knowing your truth. There's something here where that's what's happening. You know, you're really claiming your power, Gemini, and we already know you are meant to master your mind because you are a mastermind as a Gemini, and that is why your power is being claimed in the form of the King of Swords, who is one of your court cards, but also it feels like really highlighting that mental astuteness or whatever, okay? There's something here with your mental capabilities, like you're really focusing on that and letting go of fear. Not overthinking, not getting an analysis paralysis, not getting stuck and lost in the sauce here of what's gone wrong, right? It's like clearing your mind helps you claim your power. Because I'm telling you, a Gemini with a clear and balanced mind, man, there's nothing on this planet that can stop them, okay? And so that's why I say it all the time. You are your biggest roadblock. You are your biggest enemy sometimes. That's why we have to learn how to defeat ourselves. That's why they're giving me that. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Not Enter the Dragon, but Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, where it's based off of Bruce Lee's life. It's an excellent movie, one of my favorite movies. But when he's talking to like his sensei or whatever, and he's trying to explain to him that, you know, we have to conquer the mind here, okay? Because not all your demons are going to show up in human form or in flesh. Sometimes your demons are anger or rage or, you know, fear. These are the things that you have to conquer. And there's something here with that, Gemini, where that's what you're conquering this spring. And because of it, abundance is coming in. It's like abundance is growing. You have the Page of Cups here, okay? Yeah, I feel like there's something where it's like you're letting yourself dream. You're letting yourself like be your authentic self here. There could be really good communication coming in or wish fulfillment as well with the Page of Cups. But when I look at this Page of Cups, I just get somebody who's just willing to dream, willing to give it a go, right? He's messy. He's making a mess everywhere. And, you know, giving like amateur vibes, right? But it's also at the same time, there's something very powerful about it because you're creating from that spiritual, authentic place. It's like you're daring to believe in yourself. And so you're putting yourself out there. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. And because of that, something is growing. That's the energy I'm getting. Okay. So your abundance is growing, and it could be because you're doing something with a childlike energy. You know, when you look at children, they're so fearless, right? And sometimes that can get you in trouble when you're in this energy of being naive and not really thinking ahead, and then you make these decisions without thinking it through. It's like, yeah, it can be a little bit reckless energy, but sometimes it works out for you when you don't constrict or restrict yourself too much. You know, when you let your energy flow, when you dare to follow your dreams, sometimes it works out. And that's the energy that I'm getting here, because you might have been just too, I don't know, guys. Yeah, okay, you were your own channel sponsor, watching your dreams from a distance, right? Instead of going after them. That's the energy I'm getting. It's like, we're going to now. We feel passionate, we feel excited, we feel motivated this spring, and we're going to go after something. Well, hot diggity dog, you know? Let's get some advice and additional messages. I think I'm going to use the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. What do we have here? Advice and additional messages for Gemini for this 3 blessings that are hitting that ass this spring. We have a synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. So yes, and listen, okay? Because didn't I say y'all might be seeing pairs of animals? That's a synchronicity. That's the kind of stuff that, that these cards are talking about, okay? You could be seeing something like that. And look, it came out with the soulmate relationship card, which is another pair of animals, okay? Some of y'all could be moving into a new partnership. This could be something romantic, but it could also be something that's, you know, career-based or life purpose-based or something like that. But I do feel like there's a connection that's forming with another human being. All right. Obviously that's not for everybody, but that is for somebody. And I feel like this person has been interested in you for a minute. They feel very inspired by you. Enamored is what I'm hearing. So this person is enamored with you. I feel like this person is going to get the nerve to reach out to you. Or if this is you, Gemini, and you would know if it's you, right? You're going to get the nerve to reach out to this person. For others of you though, you guys know how I feel when I see twinny type of things. It could just be you balancing and harmony within yourself, which we also see. Okay. And that soulmate relationship card says a new romance with spiritual bias is here for you now, in case I didn't say it. Advice and additional messages, please. We have positive energy coming out. It says surround yourself with positive people and situations. Avoid negativity. Yes. Right? I really do feel like your vibe is attracting your tribe this spring. Okay. We have let yourself receive. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. Yes. I feel like you guys are such givers. Like, I feel like I'm talking to a group of Geminis that just give and give and give and give and give and give. Okay. And I feel like you might be running into people who want to give to you. And that can actually trigger, because if you inherently feel like your only sense of value and worth is when you're giving, when people are giving to you, you don't feel valuable. You don't feel worthy. You don't feel like you've earned that. Okay. And so what happens is you'll push those people away and you'll gravitate towards people where you have to earn their love. You have to earn their affection, because deep down, that's the only way you feel worthy of it. So we're breaking through those old concepts and patterns, and we're seeing it for what it is. You are worthy of receiving. Okay. Just as much as the other person is worthy of getting your attention, you're worthy of receiving that person's attention. Okay. Or that situation or whatever. There's really some lack mindsets that we're busting through this spring. Okay. What do we have here? We have self-employment coming through. Okay. It says you are a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Some of y'all could be going on a solo mission here when it comes to work. Okay. Wanting to build a business, wanting to be an entrepreneur here, or maybe you're just a side hustle is improving or something, but there's definitely something where you're pouring energy into something. Look, more energy of like somebody pouring things in. You're pouring into yourself, and you're going to see abundance because of that. Okay. Let's get another one out here. Let's get one more, please. One more. Oh Lord, if possible, one more. Hold on. Let me grab these cards. These cards are so hard to shuffle because it's like my oldest deck that I own. One more. Okay, thank you. We have dream big, let go of small thoughts about yourself, see yourself succeeding. I mean, that's exactly what I've been screaming this entire reading, right? So there you go, Gemini. I do hope that this reading has helped. I hope it resonates. I hope it does something. And I will definitely see you guys on the next one. Bye.